Super Squad? Today I want to show you what a typical full day of eating looks like for me. All the usual vegan things I eat in a day to stay fit and stay making these vegan gains. Now it is pretty late in the day today. I do intermittent fast, but I usually don't push it this late, so I'm starving. I don't want to waste any time getting into this one. Let's get started right now. Let's eat! Meal number one is my own spin on a Chipotle style burrito bowl. I start off with a nice heap of good leafy greens. I used lettuce and spinach for this one, and this is everything that went into today's bowl. And instead of actual rice, I'm doing a quinoa based Spanish style rice mix. Again, my own spin, a simple, quick, lazy version, just how I do all my stuff. And it's just some quinoa I prepared beforehand, a bit of this 3-bean medley I got from Target. It's made up of black beans, pinto, and kidney beans, super good stuff. Get all that mixed together, and then I add in those tomatoes and a squirt of some tomato-y taco sauce. I used La Victoria red taco sauce for this. It's good for a lot of things like this actually. Get all that mixed up. Obviously, should have used a bigger bowl to do this in, but yeah, that's my quinoa Spanish rice concoction. And I set that aside while getting to the main part of this bowl on the stovetop. I get that mix of veggies and mock meats tossed in a pan with just some water. Sometimes I'll use oil, sometimes I don't. Water gets the job done just as well. Sometimes I'll even use some veggie broth for a little extra flavor, but I get that going on the pan for a few minutes until it's almost cooked. That's when I hit everything with sauces and seasonings. And I use some vegan mole sauce, which tastes nothing like actual mole sauce, which isn't a bad thing at all. It's actually really good. And then some soy sauce and liquid smoke to help bring out a bit more of a meaty flavor from that mock meat mixture. And I season everything with a hit of cumin, chili powder, paprika, garlic powder, and onion powder. All my main go-tos for all my Hispanic inspired meals. But before I do any of that, I toss the quinoa mix into the microwave for a few minutes so that it's ready once everything in the pan is finished with, which after hitting it with all those sauces, liquids, and seasonings, it just about is. This is one of my favorite meals I eat almost every day in some form. Sometimes the veggies and meaty mix combos change, sometimes I swap the bases and sides with other things, but the main flavors I hit everything with pretty much stay the same through all the other changes. So good. And I love topping this with some guac, some vegan sour cream, and you can't have a burrito bowl without some salsa. I used an Archer Farms habanero salsa I also got from Target. One of my favorite salsas. Definitely give it a try if you like more of a spicy kick in your salsa. And I used some Good Foods brand queso, which is insanely good. I smother so much with that stuff. They've got a good variety of vegan sauces. And I finally garnish it all with those green onions and some cilantro. Really adds another nice dimension of flavor to complement everything else, as well as topping everything off with a sprinkling of some hemp seeds for some good healthy fats, as well as a little added crunch. And I love eating this with a tortilla that I kind of scoop everything with as I go. This is a Mission plant-based protein tortilla, which is awesome. I usually have Mission's carb balance variety, but saw this for the first time and gave it a try. Now it's my new go-to tortilla for one of my favorite go-to meals. Super simple, super quick, super easy, and super delicious, just how I like it. Meal number two is an Asian chow mein loaded combo. And for the noodles, this will sound weird, but I use this black bean spaghetti. Trust me, it's good. Ever since I first had it, I use it as my noodles for basically anything and everything. And for this, I also mix that in with some zoodles and some carrot spirals, which you won't believe how much I got them for at Costco. They were only $1 for a giant box of them. I couldn't believe it. And I'm sure you can't believe how I always just toss everything into one single pan. But that's just how I do things. My philosophy is one man, one pan. Less cleanup, less chaos. I've got broccoli, asparagus, yellow squash, and butternut squash for my mixed veggies, and for my proteins, over in the toaster oven, I baked up a combo of some tofu, tempura cauliflower, and this veggie tofu drumstick I found at Ranch 99. It's an Asian market if you've never heard of it. They have a ton of vegan options, and I was actually pleasantly surprised by this one. So once everything's good to go, I get that spaghetti bowled along with the zoodles and caroodles, get them mixed up, and get everything else plated in there. I always try to get a good variety of veggies in throughout the day and try to avoid eating the same ones twice, not just for different flavors, but also to get a good wider mix of nutrients in me. Same with my proteins. I try to mix it up every meal, and for this one, I actually waited to hit it with all the sauces and seasonings until I actually bowled everything. This Korean Kalbi sauce is so good. It's savory, it's sweet, and it goes so well together when you pair it with something spicy like sriracha, which I always do. I also always top this with a good sprinkling of sesame seeds, same purpose as the hemp seeds. The combo of all these things together is so good. Another one of my go-to meals.
Look at that. You're gonna. Ooh, yeah. Look at it.
And I just have to show you guys the texture of this tofu drumstick. It is so close to chicken, it's crazy. You definitely taste the tofu for sure, but that fried outer layer definitely mimics chicken skin pretty well in my opinion. So if that's your thing, I'd give it a try. Give this whole thing a try. You won't regret it. Meal number 3, Protein Power Bowl. This one starts off with some PB Fit peanut butter, Orgain creamy chocolate fudge, Anthony's premium pea protein, and cacao powders. Mixed with some yogi. My favorite is silk soy plain, less sugar, better macros. I always mix it with stuff like this anyway, so I always prefer not to have any added sweeteners or anything like that already in there. Also got a little bit of cashew milk mixed in there, and this does take some time and effort to get mixed together. It's all worth it though. Now that it's all mixed and good to go, I get some apples, bananas, raw mixed nuts, toasted flaxseed, and a crumbled protein bar in there. I used no cow for this one. Super low sugar, super good macros, and perfect for things like this. I rarely ever eat protein bars just on their own. I don't really use them as a protein supplement, but more as a candy and sweets replacement because I have an uncontrollable sweet tooth and eat way too much of that stuff. But if you've been keeping up with the videos, you know that already, right? So things like this definitely help out with that. And for even more nice nutty flavor, I like to drizzle some Nutso peanut butter all over this. That with the PB Fit peanut butter, the mixed nuts, and that flaxseed really get a nice mix of yummy nutty flavor going. And this one is such a good mix of flavors with that crunchy, peanutty butteriness, complemented by the hint of some chocolatey goodness, and paired with the marshmallowy likeness of the bananas and the crispy juiciness of the apples. Man, this is an unbeatable combo of deliciousness. It hits the sweet spot I always have while also being a great nutrient-packed meal that I never ever have to feel guilty about indulging in. It's bomb.com, guys.
Mom, throw peanut butter on the spoon.
And there it is, guys. Those are all the typical things I usually eat in a day to stay sticking to my goals, to stay fit, to stay making gains, and doing it all vegan and completely plant-based. So yeah, this is what it usually looks like. I usually start off with some form of salad, something with a huge base of good leafy greens. Then I'll follow that up in the second meal with something with a ton of veggies, and then a bit more of a complex carb kind of base, like some form of pasta, some form of rice, some grains or beans, something like that as the main source of carbs for that meal. And then I'll typically finish off the day like I did today with something sweet, usually some kind of sweet power bowl. Today it was peanut butter, some days it's a fruit bowl, some days I'll just toss it in the smoothie and have some sort of power shake. This is all I typically eat on a daily basis to stay sticking to my goals. Super simple, super sweet, super easy, super sufficient for staying super healthy and super fit. So I hope you guys got some great ideas from this video. Try out a few of these for yourself and see what you think. Let me know down in the comments below some of your favorite vegan go-tos on a daily basis. What do you guys eat every day? I'm always on the lookout for new ideas. And if you want to know how to use all this vegan fuel to get into super vegan shape, make sure to check out our fitness channel, Zero to Hero Athletics, where we cover gym and home workouts and everything in between for people with gyms and without anything. So make sure to subscribe over there to get started on getting into better shape with whatever you have without any problems. And to get everything strategically structured in full step-by-step training guides, head over to zerotoherotransformation.com to get started and find the right one for you. For all the best ways you could be supersizing and super shredding your superhero physique for the ultimate zero to hero transformation. And don't forget to like the video, share the video, and subscribe to the channel so we could keep this super vegan squad going and growing strong. All right, guys, till the next one, I'll see you then.